So you've been asked by a new company called Switch Skins to design a range of skins and also a new logo for their website. Okay, that seems quite simple. So we need to think about what the design brief actually means. The design brief is the outline of the aim of the project. Okay, and it's always kept very simple. All right, at this point, you are not specific. All right, so you don't sort of go, I am going to make a skin with a picture of Justin Bieber on it. Okay, we haven't even started going through the design process. So it is just a very basic outline. Throughout the designing and making of the whole project, what you need to remember is that you have to keep referencing back to the original design brief. It is very, very easy to go off track. We don't want to do that. Okay, all of a sudden we find ourselves designing and making something that has nothing to do with Switch Skins or skins. Okay, so it's constantly going back saying, is this what my design brief asked me to do? That's the question. The design brief will have all of the important factors that you will need to complete the design brief. Okay, and next we're going to be looking at the context of the design brief, which looks in a little more detail about all of those important factors that we're going to need to investigate for our design brief to be successful, for our research to be successful, etc., etc. So the context of the design is when you start getting down to the nitty-gritty. So what is it that they're actually asking you to do? Okay, so Switch Skins, this new company, they want to set up a website, and for that they need a new logo. Now the new logo doesn't have to be about the skins that you're going to design. Alright, so don't get those two things confused. The new logo is going to represent the company, and the company is Switch Skins. And it will be about skins, but it will be about a whole range of skins for a whole range of products, from your iPad to your laptop to your mobile phone. Okay, so let's focus on what Switch Skins say. So the first thing I think about is Switch. Okay, so when I think of a logo, I think of a switch. And I suppose I could think of a switch that looks a bit like that. So we're all used to switches like that. Or I could think of a switch that looks a bit like that. That's a dreadful drawing, but you know what I mean. That goes on and off. So I could use the theme of an actual switch for the logo. The next part of the design brief is a contemporary range of skins that will appeal to the teenage market. And what we need to do is break that down into key words. The first word I think that is key is contemporary. Okay, what does contemporary mean? Well, it means something that is current, something that is now. Okay, so if you think of contemporary musicians, artists, say in the charts now, you've got One Direction, Justin Bieber, and the like, so they're contemporary. The next important bit, and probably the most important bit of the whole of the design brief, is the skins. What is a skin? What's it going to be for? What's it going to be made from? Well, these are things that we're going to address in the specification, but we need to do a little bit of research first. But that's really one of the focus, as well as the logo that we've talked about. It's also the skins as well. And here we've got the most difficult bit of the brief, and that is teenage. Alright, not that teenagers are difficult, it's just that it's such a range of people. So if you think about 12 and 13-year-olds, this is the beginning of your teenagehood. And then you've got your 18, 19-year-olds, and that's the end of. and those two types of people will tend not to like the same sorts of things. So what you might want to think is narrowing down your market. So it says teenage market, but it could be that you're looking at something like the 13 to 15 market as opposed to the 12 to 19 market, because that would make it much more difficult to design for. Finally, looking at the brief, the range is very important. We always miss little words like this, and we go off and we design just the one skin and we go, there you go. They're not looking for that, they're looking for a range. So it could be a range of, football players in a certain style. It could be a range of pop stars. It could be a range of different artists. It could be a range of anything, or it could be a range of skins for iPads, iPods, mobile phones. Alright, so range is crucial. Continuing the context of the design brief, it does ask you to look at 3 different things. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So the first thing is Go-Go toys. You might have heard of them. You might have even collected them at some point. There was a great big fetish, I think, a couple of years ago with Crazy Bones buying little foil packs of 3 little plastic monsters. So Go-Go toys is the first thing to consider. Secondly, an organisation called Kidrobot that makes plastic, very funky, little weird shaped aliens that you can buy as they are, as they're designed, or you can buy and design your own. Finally, the design brief asks you to look at the work of a graphic artist called John Bergerman. Now, once you start getting into John Bergerman, you'll realise what a versatile artist he is. He does some beautiful fine art, but he also does some great graphic images, great graphic products, from cups to trainers. So he's a very interesting character, and his work is extremely interesting. And I think along with the Kidrobot and the Go-Go toys as a theme, this could turn into a really wonderful, colourful project.